India wants to become the world's next manufacturing powerhouse. Apple suppliers are expanding here. Semiconductor projects are taking shape. Electronics exports are booming. But just as India's factory ambitions gather momentum, China may have reminded the world who still controls the supply chain. Beijing has introduced sweeping new export curbs that could directly affect companies shifting production out of China, including those moving into India. So what exactly is happening? In April, China introduced two major export control rules aimed at tightening oversight over critical machinery, components, technology, and supply chains. The new rules give Beijing greater power to influence how foreign companies source equipment, transfer technology, and manage supply chains. And the message is becoming clearer. Moving factories out of China may not be as simple as it sounds. So why should India care? Because India's manufacturing ecosystem is still deeply dependent on China. From electronics to automobiles, Indian factories rely heavily on Chinese machinery, components, and industrial inputs. Government data shows nearly 26% of India's auto component imports in FY25 came from China. And in electronics, the dependence is even more visible. That means even small disruptions can trigger production delays, higher costs, slower expansion, and supply chain uncertainty. The timing is critical. India is aggressively trying to position itself as an alternative global manufacturing hub. New industrial parks are being built, Apple suppliers are scaling up operations, semiconductor investments are underway, and electronics exports have surged from $8.6 billion in 2015 to nearly $47 billion in 2025. India now wants to push that figure to $120 billion by the end of 2026. But the challenge is becoming obvious. India may be assembling more products, but much of the ecosystem underneath still depends on Chinese supply chains. This is not just a trade issue anymore. It is increasingly about supply chain power. China still dominates large parts of the global manufacturing ecosystem. Machinery, industrial chemicals, electronics inputs, rare materials, and specialized equipment. And these new restrictions suggest Beijing is becoming more willing to use that dominance strategically, especially at a time of rising geopolitical tensions and global supply chain realignments. India is now accelerating efforts to reduce those vulnerabilities. The government is expanding industrial infrastructure through the 33,660 crore Bharat Audyogik Vikas Yojana or BHAVYA, which aims to build 100 industrial parks. FDI rules were eased earlier this year to attract more global manufacturers. And a new PLI 2.0 scheme is also being worked on to strengthen mobile phone exports and deepen domestic manufacturing. But industry experts say the real challenge goes far beyond assembly lines. India now needs stronger domestic supplier networks, deeper component manufacturing, and more resilient supply chains. Because China's latest export curbs expose a bigger reality. India's manufacturing rise will depend not just on attracting factories, but on reducing dependence on the country it is trying to compete with. Follow Business Standard for more such stories.